Urban Meyer stunk with my team and was a terrible fit. This is a Jaguars fan. But his college resume speaks for itself. Do you think he'll ever return to the college game as a coach? Hashtag Pate State. There is no doubt in my mind. So there's no fence riding here. There is no doubt in my mind Urban Meyer is going to be a college football head coach again one day. I don't know what year that is, but I don't think it's too far away. This guy is not complete without football. Urban Meyer, as long as he has been drawing breath on this earth, he's been involved with the game in some way. He has coached for years and years and years now. He's only in his late 50s, and legacy means a lot to guys like this. So if anyone in their right mind thinks that the last thing Urban Meyer is going to allow you to remember about him is whatever we call what just happened in Jacksonville this past year, you're crazy. Now, I've had some people text me about this. I asked around today to some people kind of on the administrative side, people who would be involved in the hiring process. And they said what a lot of folks in our industry say. They said, well, he's going to have to repair and rehabilitate his image. From who? Or for who? He's not running for public office. Sometimes I think we conflate these two things. If you're a college football coach, you have to appeal to one group of people, and that's the group that's going to hire you and your fan base. It doesn't matter if the rest of the world despises you. You got to be able to appeal to your people, and you got to be able to sell your program to recruits. And if you can do that, it doesn't matter. You think Jimbo Fisher cares that you hate him in Tuscaloosa, Alabama right now? No, he's not worrying about repairing his image for people elsewhere. He's worried about the folks in College Station, and he's worried about 4- and 5-star recruits. And if they believe in you and they're buying what you're selling, doesn't matter what the rest of the country thinks. So I'm telling you, I haven't missed any headline. I've seen and read the same things you have about Urban Meyer. And if he was running for public office, it'd be a problem. But he wants to be a college football head coach again, I think. And if he wants to be that, he's going to be that. So he doesn't have much of an image problem to rehab. That's a lot more a talking point in our world than in the world that he lives in. That's my take on that. The other thing here is, which I don't know how long it's going to take. So I don't expect him to be a head coach this year, obviously. It may not even be a 2023 thing. But when you think about what you need to do, if you have tried out something and it's failed, there is this group of people out there that is seemingly incapable of understanding the difference between trying to be an NFL head coach and trying to be a college head coach. The only thing that is similar about these is the shape of the ball that they put in play when it's time to strap it up and, when the clock starts on Sunday afternoon or Saturday afternoon. This is a different world. These are different galaxies. The ability for you to go acquire 16 and 17-year-old talent and have disproportionately tilted in your favor resources and having about as much say as you could possibly have in the day-to-day operations of your organization versus what the NFL is, it's just two different worlds. So yeah, I know they call it football, but that's about where the similarities begin and end. Urban Meyer is tailor-made for college football. Urban Meyer was so woefully ill-equipped to be an NFL head coach. I think he knows that now. Whether he does or not is irrelevant. He'll never get a shot to be the former again. But the latter, he could be my head coach at Pate State. So I don't care what you think about him. Here's what I would do if I were Urban Meyer. And I'm pretty sure this is what he's going to do. I'd get myself back on TV as quickly as I could because he's one of the best I've ever seen to come off the sideline and get in the booth or get on the desk on game day or on Big Noon Kickoff, as it were, with Fox and talk football in ways that the mass public understands. Urban Meyer is so phenomenal at that. So if you are of the camp that believes he needs to rehabilitate his image, he'll do it, probably this year on TV. And he'll make a comfortable living doing that. And watch and see, week over week, you'll start to soften on him, and you won't be alone there. The rest of the country will start to soften, and you'll remember, wow, this guy knows football, in case you forgot. And secondly, he's got a little more personality to him than people realize. He comes through the screen very well. He explains this game in a way that I understand it, and I'm starting to remember more and more as I watch him as the weeks go by here on TV that this guy was great when he was in college. I don't need him to be an NFL coach. If I want him to be a college coach, seems like he's still got that fire. That's how people will feel as the weeks go on. His agent, his representation will be doing their due diligence behind the curtain, and then will eventually come the time, whether it's a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, where the right job comes open. And all Urban Meyer has to do at that point is take his college resume, plop it down in someone's lap that's eventually going to make the decision as to whether to hire him or not, and say, how bad do you want that? How bad do you want those results? Because I'm still every bit as capable of delivering them as I always have been, and I could be here, I could be across the field from you, make up your mind. There are some people who believe he's going to have to re-enter this world at a G5 level. There are some people, I had one person tell me today, don't be surprised to see him pop up at Bowling Green, which is where he got to start as a head coach. I don't think that's the craziest thing in the world. I'm just telling you from my perspective, I don't think it's necessary for him to have to reprove himself. And I'm just speaking as someone who hypothetically runs a Power 5 program, which we are at Pate State. He doesn't have to reprove anything to me. And he doesn't have to be likable. He just has to be able to do the same things that he was doing beforehand. And here's the added bonus. Maybe he even learned a thing or two. Maybe he even redefined a way to do a thing or two. So maybe I get a better version of him. Yes, Urban Meyer will be a head coach again.